Hi, my name is Garrett Christopher, and this is my YouTube channel. It's called Garrett's Sports Take. As you can see behind me, and plus my shirt here, I have certain teams that I like more than others, and this channel will definitely be biased towards my teams. Today I want to talk about a subject, though, that involves my team, but then also overall, and I've thought about this subject quite a bit over several decades, since I'm several decades old. By the way, please go to GaretChristopher.com. I'm a self-published author, and you can see on there books that I've written, also all of my YouTube channels. I got 3 of them. This one, another one called Garrett's Movies Take, where I talk about my favorite movies, and then Garrett's Take, which just talks about stuff in general. The topic for today could actually be on that channel, Garrett's Take, because it's just sports in general, not just football. We're going to talk about the Miami Dolphins and specifically Xavien Howard and the situation that they're going through right now. We're in 2021. And spring training, just started spring training, baseball. Training camp just began, and there's an issue there, contractual issue with Xavien Howard, and he wants to be traded. He just announced yesterday, wants to go. By the way, real quick, accompanying us on the channel today is Aquaman. Now, I made mention last time that how did I become a Miami Dolphins fan when I'm from Southern California, central Southern California. And so the Dodgers are my baseball team, Lakers are my basketball team. Why not the Rams, the Raiders, even the Chargers? I loved water. I was enamored with water growing up, and Aquaman is my favorite to this day, DC superhero. My wife claims he's not really a superhero. I'll talk about that at some point in time. In fact, I'll probably make it a Garrett's Take subject, because I want to talk about Aquaman and why he is a superhero. And anyone who says he's not, I've got an issue with you. Any case, so last time he was actually hidden somewhere in here, so I decided to bring him out with us today beside my Miami Dolphins helmet. By the way, this jacket, really cool jacket behind me, my brother bought that for me. Heck, it's probably been 25 years he bought it for me, and I don't wear it too often because it's not real cold in Southern California, but I love it. It's really cool. Yeah, like it. Anyway, so let's talk about contracts, and I definitely want comments on this because there's 2 sides. Now, Xavien Howard posted yesterday, the first day of training camp for the Miami Dolphins and a lot of teams in the NFL, 2021, that he's unhappy. He's unhappy with his contract. Now, he signed an extension 2 years ago, a 5-year extension, right? For, I think, $75 million, $15 million a year. It's 15.1, something like that. But it's good money, right? Pretty good money. Now, Xavien is a heck of a player, right? And I'm not a football player. I've never been a football coach. I can't even throw a spiral, to be very honest. But I know people, and I'm fairly intelligent, and I want to talk about this because forever, my mindset has been this, and let me just share this right off the bat. And then I'll kind of talk about what this subject is, because if you're not a Miami Dolphins fan, you probably don't care about Xavien Howard, unless you want him for your team. You want to trade for him, I'll tell you that right now, an all-pro cornerback. But let me just share this with you first. So I have felt for the longest time that when you sign a contract, and whether it be in sports, whether it be with a particular job, because you're or a movie star, whatever the case may be, when you sign a contract, you should perform, to the best of your ability, and complete that contract. If you signed a contract and now you're just blowing up, either on the field, on the screen, whatever, in music, whatever, and you still got 2 years left on that contract, maybe quiet negotiations. Hey, I'm making you some money now. Let's talk about this. But to blast it out there and to put that organization in a bad position because you feel like you're underpaid, you signed that contract. You and your agent or agents decided to sign that contract way back when. And you and the team came together and obligated one another for the duration, the amount, and all the stipulations that come with it. So I've thought forever that when you sign on the dotted line, it's not always dotted, but you know what I'm talking about, that's your obligation, and you should fulfill that obligation. If yourself and the team, the corporation, organization, whatever, come to an agreement, then you can go ahead and change that agreement before it's over. God bless you, more power to you. But to grumble and to gripe, especially when there's like big money involved, right? I could never see that. It really irritated me and irritates me to a degree. But there are some things that as I, kind of get older and hear people talk about it and just stuff in general, maybe I don't see it as clear cut as I used to. But right now I'm still on that side a little bit. And then when it's time for the next contract, you make sure you get paid. If you blew up and now you're the top rapper in your industry, or the top actor, actress in the industry, or the top whatever, or football player, or baseball player, basketball, whatever, hockey, whatever, then you make sure you get paid. And there you go. And I know there are certain guidelines for when baseball players first come in the league and what they can get paid and all that stuff. And same thing with basketball to a degree, and football to a degree. And football, I think, is probably the one sport where I'd say, get what you can while you can, because if something happens, you blow out your knee. We all know the life expectancy of a running back, of a cornerback, a quarterback, a defensive end, whatever. The time comes when you just cannot play anymore. And for a cornerback, running back, receiver, aside from those like a Jerry Rice who lasted forever and somehow kept their body intact forever, the time comes rather quickly. Make what you can while you can, because and hopefully you kind of place that money wisely, because a few years down the road, you will not be a commodity anymore. You'll be someone looking for a job or trying to utilize whatever money you put in whatever it's stocks or whatever you purchased in stores, you sell, whatever, to get your living going for the rest of your life or what have you, because that's what you've spent your life doing. These guys, keep in mind that they don't have time, and gals too, they don't have time to think and do a whole lot else except for that sport. Be it a golfer, like I said, a hockey, tennis player, whatever, boom, they live that from whatever age. So also being an accountant or also being a computer analyst is not really in the cards. They have devoted full time, full life toward that, that end. And for those who made it, lucky enough to make it, skilled enough to make it, get what you can while you can. But I have a problem with Xavien Howard complaining. He didn't go to minicamp, right? So we already knew there was going to be a problem. There were grumblings before even last season ended that he was unhappy with his contract. And he even stated, he made it clear in his statement, he's unhappy. He does not feel appreciated. He's the second highest paid cornerback on his own team, because Byron Jones, who the Dolphins brought in yet last year, makes like $1.5 million more than him per year. Byron Jones has more time in the league and has proven. Now Xavien, all pro and outstanding, one of the top, 5, 6, 7 corners in the league. There's a lot of good ones. He's one of them. And he's a big reason why the Dolphins came very close to making the playoffs this year. They don't have to worry about those receivers, outside receivers, even slot receivers. This guy will get it. He will get it. Incredibly talented. But you're making $15.1 million a year. I'm sorry, I looked at the clock here and we're getting real close. You know what? I'm going to have to go into a part 2. I apologize. Let's talk about that, the money factor, shall we? This is part 1 of Garet's second rant. We're talking about the Miami Dolphins contracts and specifically Xavien Howard. I'll talk to you soon. Again, GaretChristopher.com. Talk to you soon. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.